And in the bottom right of hard lead, Clem. In the top left, dark. Is it time for Clem to pull out some cheese? Does he just try to play a normal game here? You got to remember, it's really late in France. I think this guy is a nighttime character anyways, but still. It's pretty ridiculous how late it is there. What time is it in France right now? Is it like 6:30? Am I right on that? Is it 6:30 a.m. in France? 4:30 a.m. Oh, damn, dude. I live much closer to Europe than I'm used to living. Well, that's pretty late. 4:30, that's the devil's hour. Right? That's not an hour you want to be awake, man. No good things happen at 4:30. Right? You want to get up at 5? Okay, you're a legend. You're grinding. You're getting shit done. 4:30? Dude, if you haven't gone to sleep, it's 4:30. Imagine this. Clem's older brother is going to have his alarm go off in 25 minutes so he can get up and go for a jog to be an amazing human. He's going to see his younger brother at his computer, red eyes, microing against mass banelings going towards the back of his base. His brother, by the way, probably a GM Protoss that spends 1 hour a week playing. You know it's true. All right, so we're having, a Reaper expand, pretty normal stuff. Dark up here, everything looks normal for him so far. Overlord coming down to peak, seeing what's what. Yeah, sees the hatchery. He's just looking for the timing of it to make sure there weren't already lings on the map. You have this boiled down to a science when you get to this type of level. I'm starting off with this harassment a little bit. It's the single Reaper, so it doesn't matter all that much. Queen pops out, and we'll push it away. So triple command gets started. Yeah, we've seen this build a lot. Obviously, this is one of the oldest, best builds that still is a fantastic build. Going that reactored Hellions into the third command center. From here, you generally always go into the Banshee play. We've seen a lot from Clem, and I think he does a good job with it. I love the consistency of his macro. The timing where he lands his third is very, very good. He applies that pressure. The one thing that we have seen from him tonight is dives with the Hellions, right? He's been diving with 6 Hellions. Like, he'll run around with 6 for a bit, and eventually he'd be like, it's time to dive. And he dives, and one game he got decent damage. The other game, it was a bit lackluster. So, yeah, I'm kind of waiting to see if that's going to be a repeat here. Full scout there from Dark, as well as 3 SCV kills. So that was a really excellent usage of his Zerglings. You got to be happy with that. You can see Dark, like, every little thing is kind of working out for him. He's really dialed in right now. I've been casting the ESL Open Cup, I think pretty much all year. Right? When did I start? January, I think, was my first one, if I'm not mistaken. But yeah, I've been casting all year, so I get to see Dark play every single week. Right? And he actually, in the Cups, hasn't been that great. And then at Katowice, honestly, he wasn't the normal Dark level. You can look at Gamers 8 and stuff. And again, it wasn't World Champion Dark that we're kind of used to. Here tonight, and obviously, if you guys don't know, he's in the top 4 of GSL right now. I mean, this looks like Championship Dark. And he's playing good enough players that we can judge that. I know that this is just an online cup, but this is a great place to practice. This is a great place to kind of fine-tune your stuff, and he's trying to win the money. He wants it. He wants that $100. But yeah, the way he played against Beyond, the way he's played against Clem here, I'm totally in love with his Zerg right now. He looks like the best Zerg in the world right now. So here come Hellions. Looks like we have 5 and a Reaper there. Let's see if he does this dive I've been talking about. Yeah, it is. I see people mentioning Dark wants to beat Rogue's record. He certainly does. I remember something that really stuck out to me many, many years ago when Blizzard was still involved with StarCraft. You know, there was this great interview series, signature series it was called, right? And they did one on Dark, and it really touched me where he was like, his dream, Dark's dream was to be associated with StarCraft. You know, to be the most famous player. To basically, what he said was to, like, basically be like Boxer, right? Where, like, you think of StarCraft, you think of Boxer. At least in Korea, that was the case for a very long time. And, you know, he's got a lot of championships, but he's, you know, Maru and Rogue have outstriped him. So he's a little bit left in the dust there, right? It's very hard to catch those two. And, you know, with Sero and Raynor mixed in there, it's tough to win championships. But, like, I mean, if he keeps this type of level up, things are looking good. Dark taking his 4th base. He is playing that Ling Bane style. You know, we've already seen this several times from him tonight. He has the macro hatch going up his main base, which is incredibly important. Of course, we talked about that in the previous game as well. Clem over here going into the 2nd factory as well as that armory for the continued upgrades. We don't know yet if he wants to stay on Widow Mines. I think he does, and I think this time it's going to be a bit better than last time. To me, I'm not sure if this will be Hydra yet. I think it will be. Yeah, the more I look at this, the more I think it's going to be Hydra. I don't think you want to play just Ling Bane. Oh, that's a quick infestation pit. That's a very quick infestation pit. So this actually is going to be just Ling Bane, I think. Okay, so Ling Bane versus Ling Bane Hydra. Ling Bane Hydra stays on that mid-level tech a little bit more, and it's very, very defensive. Ling Bane like this... Well, hold on. We have this little attack in from Clem. Yeah, it gets surrounded. Ling Bane, you're trying to just stay on this tech and get great melee upgrades and get into ultras, right? And, like, if you get up there and you haven't taken too much, it's pretty sick. Now, that's a lot of... that's a lot of Hellbats there. Baneling's speed is not done yet. Baneling's speed kind of a prerequisite for killing that many Hellbats. I think it will be done before he actually hits, though, so that should be all right. But yeah, we should be seeing the Hive actually start really, really soon here. And I'll be surprised if we see it. Yeah. I was going to say, I'll be very surprised if we see a Hydralisk den. Really doesn't look like that this game. Okay, so in comes those Hellbats. They're doing a really fantastic job. Really good job just buffering the Zerglings. The thing is, this army is kind of small. Half his army's on the left side, right? So, like, he's just micro on 2 different fronts, which is amazing to see in and of itself. But I love what he's done here, right? Those Hellbats actually absorbed a hell of a lot of Zerglings. And he's got all the Queens over here, which is allowing him to do a little bit more with these drops. Look at this. He drops it right outside of Spore range. This is being annoying. All right, gonna boost out, probably re-drop it and see if he can poke the other base. During this, trying to expand, although there are Burrowlings there. Continuing to put that pressure on. You know, the Hellbats still standing out front. Very tough. Very strong, very annoying to deal with. A great spread from Clem as well. The spread of the Hellbats is very, very good. The spread of the mines is very, very good. He's making it as cost inefficient as possible here for Dark to attack into. Now look at this. The second group comes in. In the blink of an eye, he gets 8 drones. In the blink of an eye. The multitasking we're watching shouldn't be something that can be done at 4:30 a.m. Like, it's pretty wild. He's playing against someone who might be the best Zerg in the world right now, right? And he is literally pulling off fantastic micro on both sides. They say that you can't actually pay attention to 2 things at once, but they didn't meet Clem for that study. All right, Ultralisk Cavern is coming up. 2-2 is just now finishing for Dark. Clem's is just slightly behind, but he'll have that in a second. Hopefully not too much happens in that time. Dark with some very great counter-attacking here. Oh, God. The Banes! Oh, the Banes! That's so funny. Just send some forward for a burrow. Definitely a little bit of sloppiness right there. Little bit of sloppiness. Another attack in from Clem on this side. He's just really been abusing this position. Don't forget, all the queens were on that right side. Oh, that red medevac is not long for this world. Clem is pulling back. Okay, so this can be a problem when you've kept this much aggression onto your opponent, okay? So now Clem is pulled back, and, you know, Dark, he tried to go up and get something done. I actually don't think that was a very good move for him to attack there. That was really, really cost inefficient, larva inefficient for him as well. But what I was going to say is when Clem pulls back like that, it's because he doesn't have anything really ready to go. So he falls into a defensive position, kind of stabilizes, and then he'll go back out. But not only did he fall back into that position to stabilize, but yeah, Dark threw away army. And you can see how quickly that turned around.